Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be doing another raw Q&A. I am putting on my apron. Usually I sit down and do these videos, but lately I just feel like I don't have the time, so we're going to get stuff done or bake something that I already wanted to bake while I answer some of your guys' questions. So let's get to that. It's going to be very raw, honest, like always. Sorry if I sound a little bit nasally, because I don't know, your girl is not feeling the best today and yesterday, but I still wanted to show up for you guys, so here I am. But I probably don't sound the best, and when I'm editing this I'm gonna be like, you're so annoying. Your voice sounds so annoying. So hopefully it doesn't annoy you guys like it's gonna annoy me editing this video. I love this apron, it's so cute. It reminds me of like older days. I have my water here because I'm going to be talking a lot. So if you guys are new, by the way, my name is Noelle. I do all kind of minimal mama homemaker content here on my channel. A lot of baking, cooking from scratch, and just mom life as well. So yeah, that's me. I do all kind of like vlogs and other stuff as well. I usually don't sound like this. I'm just not feeling the best, but I'm still here. We're still doing this. So there's a lot of questions. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through all of them. You guys really love these videos because you guys come through with the questions, okay? I still have a few left over from the last time of some things that I didn't answer, so I have those. Okay, oh, I didn't tell you guys what we are baking today. We are baking cinnamon rolls, sourdough cinnamon rolls. Oh, my phone is going to die. Oh no, it's at 54%. Oh, okay, that's a screenshot. That's why I was like, my battery's dead. But it's just a screenshot of the questions from IG. Anyways, we're baking sourdough cinnamon rolls, and that's what we're baking today. Started the process yesterday, and here we are. It takes a while to bake these cinnamon rolls. Mind you, the dough is looking a little weird because it oxidized in the fridge. I didn't have it completely airtight. I didn't have any more like saran wrap, so we used my Gather little tote bag, so it doesn't look the best, but it's still going to taste amazing, and they will look fine, you know, as we mix the dough and stuff together. So I'm not worried about that. It does look a little strange right now because of the oxidation on the top, but we're still going to roll with this dough. It took me almost 2 days to complete, so you best believe no waste here. All right, so the hardest part about being a stay-at-home mom. Some of these questions I'm sure I've answered in previous videos, but you guys know as my channel grows, dang Noelle, you're just being rough. As my channel grows, you guys have some of the same questions. I try not to repeat questions, but sometimes it's just inevitable. Anyway, so the hardest part about being a stay-at-home mom, I just think is just a mental game, honestly. It's just more of the mental space of always having to tend to children and meet everybody's needs could be a little bit difficult at times, or also just the constant someone needing something and you just have lack of time for yourself. But honestly, I would not trade it for the world. It's absolutely amazing, and I love staying home with my kids. Honestly, I truly love it, and it is challenging. But it's so rewarding, and I just love it. No question, just wanted to let you know I'm so proud of the mom that you are. Oh, you're so sweet. What does date night usually look like, and how often? Oh, you guys, to keep it so real with you, we do not really do much of a date night. We have recently, the last few weeks or month or so, have been doing a movie night. So on my husband's days off, we've been doing a movie night, and that has been really nice. That has been great, honestly. But other than that, we really haven't been doing any kind of date night. Just it's hard to get out the house with kids, but we really need to start doing more of a date night. But honestly, right now movie night works for us. We have so much fun with it. We'll have our favorite drink or our favorite little snack. We'll make dinner and we'll just like watch a movie. Last night we watched Left in the Dark, I believe. That was really good. So we like to rent movies and watch them together. So that's what date night currently is looking like. and I'll update you guys if it ever changes. But I think we need to start getting out the house more. But it's hard when you have 2 toddlers and really not much childcare. So, do you go out with girlfriends like girls' day/night? Not really. I don't have very many friends in the area, just to keep it super real. I wish I had more friends in the area. I want to start doing like little daytimes with my sister and stuff, because she lives really close by and she's also a new mom. And I love her so much, but honestly, I don't have a lot of friends in the area to do like a lot of girls' days, which is sad. All of them live like a little over an hour away, which isn't that far, but when you don't currently have a car, it's far. But I do have friends, like I said, they just kind of live far away. And I hope in the future we can get together. And a lot of them actually don't have kids, so it's a little bit of a different lifestyle for them. Questions that's kind of combined into one. It says, when you buy from antique shops and thrift stores, are you ever scared to bring spirits connected to the item home with you? I'm always a little nervous about that type of stuff. I love this question because that's something I've never really thought about. I have thought about it maybe like once or twice, but never put too much thought into it. I just trust that God will protect my house, honestly, and just hopefully ward any bad spirits away. But that's something I've never really like thought about too much. I have thought about it here and there, but not like overly thinking about it. I'm like paranoid, so if I think too much about stuff like that, a girl will not be sleeping. So I love that question, but not really. I just have faith in the Lord that he will protect my family from any evil spirits. So yeah. Any tips for room sharing? My kids are 1 and 2 and need to share a room. Oh girl, have a lot of patience, because it's gonna definitely require some patience for sure. We all share a room, as you guys know, all 4 of us, my husband, me, and my kids, and it just takes a lot of patience. And if your kids are gonna share a room, just them, I would just say that bedtime is gonna be a little bit difficult. Get them real tired on a daily basis. Let them play until they are exhausted. And also laying with them helps. If you lay with your kids, usually they'll fall asleep eventually. Something I used to do, especially for nap time, that worked really well for us, is close my eyes and act like I was already sleeping. So I was like already boring, and they were like, oh, we're supposed to sleep now. And that would actually really work for us. So act like you're sleeping. What homestead skills will you learn next? I want to learn kabocha and embroidery. Those are the 2 that I'm like currently trying to work on right now, are those 2. I always want to learn something new. Whenever you start something new, it could be really really discouraging and you feel like you can't do it. But I promise you, once you get it down and you do it a few times, then you'll start to feel really confident in whatever you're doing, whether it's sourdough, whether it's like sewing or cooking a new dish or whatever. Just try it a few times and you'll get it. So for me right now, it's kabocha and embroidery. I'll update you guys on how those are going. Favorite way to worship the Lord. I love worship rap. I like worship music just in general, honestly, but my favorite lately has been NTM Isaiah. You guys should go check him out. He has all the hits, all the bangers for all of you Jesus lovers out there. I just think he's spreading the word in such a different way, and I just absolutely love it. I'm a huge rap fan in general. So you guys already know that one is touching my soul, and it feels so good to listen to something that's not spreading violence and hate and just perpetuating really Satan's work, and he's spreading something actually good and it slaps. I love his music. You guys should go check him out. NTM Isaiah. I also like to read my Bible. I've been really into that lately. Also, there's videos that go along with it. There's this YouTube channel called The Truth Unedited, and he has his channel is super intense and tells a lot about the world. So I love his channel in general, but he also has the history of religion like playlist, and it's really cool to read your Bible and watch his videos and animations that go along explaining like what they're talking about in the Bible. I have been loving that. and that has really helped if you have a hard time interpreting and understanding the Bible in general. So check him out. So MTM Isaiah, the rapper, I think he's from New York, and then The Truth Unedited. His channel is really good and will probably scare and shock a lot of you guys, because he talks all about world things that are going on, and a lot of you probably wouldn't know what is going on until you check out his channel. So warning there. But his Truth or Religion series is really nice to go along with the Bible. Another thing that I do for worship is just praying throughout the day. I literally pray like I'm picking up the phone. Like God is probably like, again, like we're always having constant conversation. I just find that that really helps me get through my days and helps me be a little bit more patient, a little more grateful and joyful throughout my days. So I'm literally just in a constant prayer. Before I make decisions, I usually am praying about it as well, hoping for an answer. Oh, this dough is getting nice and big. That's what we want. Reasons for us homeschooling, just curious. There are so many reasons why we're deciding to homeschool. I just think that there's so much that goes on in traditional school, as well as I don't like some of the things they teach and how they teach it, to be honest. I could do a whole video on that. There's so many reasons why I think we are deciding to homeschool. I also think it's so cool to have your kids really truly a part of your life. Like I remember when I was in school, I went to private school and I kind of didn't like it. I felt like all suppressed and stuff, but I also went to public school as well. So I've had like all the experiences of different schooling except for homeschool. And I think that you live two different lives than your kids, especially as they get older, when they go to school. And I just think it's really cool to keep them nice and close, kind of control what they're learning when they're learning it. And you can do so much more. You have a lot more freedom with homeschool. You guys can go on trips and all kinds of stuff. So I love that. How did you get started on your non-toxic living journey for your family? You guys know I'm very passionate about this subject. I could probably make a whole video about this too, but I started my non-toxic journey when I became a mother, like a lot of people. Just because I noticed, I was just doing research when I was pregnant and just coming to a lot of conclusions that a lot of the things we use for our kids are very toxic, have chemicals. Started reading lots and lots of articles and about different products and chemicals that are in our babies' clothing, as well as their diapers, as well as baby products, and just in our products in general. So I just started really small with products. Then I kind of elevated to clothes, and just kept on going with toys and everything. So I'm very serious about non-toxic living, like very serious about it. And I research everything I buy. I read labels before I buy a lot of stuff. I'm like literally the person in the grocery store, like looking at every ingredient, looking things up in the store. So I'm probably really extra, but I think your health is so important, and a lot of things they put in our food, in our clothes. Like, do you guys know Shein puts lead? They have 20% more lead in some of their jackets and stuff from Shein. In children's jackets though. Like, first of all, 20% more. So a lot of clothes already have lead to begin with in our kids' clothes and our clothes. So that's why I do not do fast fashion, and a whole bunch of other reasons why I don't. The working conditions, the pay, everything is just complete shit. But yeah, so if you guys buy your kids clothes from like Zara, H&M, Shein, definitely rethink that. I can't tell you what to buy, but do some research on it, because there's a lot of chemicals and stuff that are in those clothing, and there's a reason why it's cheap. So do your research. Oh, okay. So also just to leave you guys with a little something talking about non-toxic living. I like to shop a lot of small shops, as you guys know, a lot of small organic shops, like the Simple Folk for my kids. Yes, they are pricey, but I swear so worth it. At least you know your kids are not having any kind of toxic stuff in their clothes. And you guys know I'm also on the minimal side of life, so I don't care if my kids don't have 30 outfits. You know, my kids have enough. We wear it on repeat, and that's just how it goes, and it's totally fine. It's totally fine. Also, if you guys don't have the Think Dirty app and you want to start your non-toxic journey, because I also get asked about this too, is how do you start, because it's very overwhelming. I could do a whole video on this too. I have talked about it in videos and stuff in the past, but download the Think Dirty app. No, this is not sponsored. I just truly love that app. It tells you all, not all, but a lot of things that are toxic in your products, and mainly just products. So you can scan barcodes around your house, and a lot of things you use, you will be very surprised that they are toxic, and they'll tell you why. They'll give you like suggestions and stuff. And yeah, that app is great. So definitely check that out if you are really wanting to start a non-toxic, or really start your non-toxic journey, because we live in a toxic life out here, a lot of people, and they don't even realize. Like, it's insane. It is insane. Half of the things we do, or more than half, are toxic, and what we put in our bodies. And some people are like, what's the point? You're gonna die anyway, right? But why not get another 10-20 years out of your life, honey? Like, why not? Why not? I'm trying to be around as long as possible. So, and you should too. Okay, anyways, enough on my non-toxic rant. On to the next question. My eyes, I feel like, are getting worse, like so bad. Will you ever show more behind the scenes of being a professional makeup artist? If you guys didn't know, I have been a makeup artist for several years, basically professional since I was 17, 18. I started doing people's makeup for money. I didn't get really good at makeup though till I was like 17, 18. But what I was gonna say is, what was the question? Oh, I used to work several years as a makeup artist. I used to work for MAC Cosmetics for like 5 years. Loved it. There was a lot of stuff that went on though that made me leave, and I just wasn't really about it anymore. But they did teach me a lot of stuff, and I used to get a lot of my freelance clients from working there. I worked a lot of different locations, but in this particular area I used to work, there was a lot of rich clients, and are still my clients today. And I did a vlog back in the day. If you guys want to go check it out, I'm like in Napa, and I did this really nice wedding. I did like 8 people, full faces, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of work though. And I showed you guys behind the scenes, and I did a whole vlog. And I was actually pregnant, I think, with Noah at that time, and I didn't even know. Did I know? I don't remember. Will I ever show you guys behind the scenes of another like freelance makeup, and do I do? And then I think another question is, do you still take clients? So to answer both of those questions, I don't really take on new clients because I'm a stay-at-home mom now. I just don't have a lot of time on my hands. However, I do have OG clients, and no, I probably will not show any behind the scenes really, because a lot of them are really rich and don't want, they're very private. So probably won't be showing much of that, because they just don't want that out there, and I totally understand. That's totally fine. So I really don't show unless my client is okay with me sharing behind the scenes of them getting their makeup done. But a lot of the rich ones are just like not for it. And a lot of my clientele is in that category of social status, so probably won't be showing much of that behind the scenes. But if I can, I will. I don't have a problem with it. It's up to them. What is your favorite experience as a kid? Oh my gosh, I have so many. I had a pretty good childhood, to be honest. Super blessed. One of my favorite childhood experiences would be going to the Nutcracker. My mom used to take me. Oh man. Okay, sorry, I have the air on. I had to turn it on. It's getting hot in here, or maybe the questions are just starting to get juicy. I don't know. Also, if you want this recipe, I have a whole video on how I make my sourdough cinnamon rolls. So if you're interested, I will try to remember to leave that down below, but if not, like, you can find it on my channel. But where were we at before my camera overheated? Oh, what was your favorite kid like memory or experience? I would definitely say that my mom taking me to the San Francisco Real Orchestra Nutcracker was just amazing. We used to go every year. We were blessed to go every year for like 5 or 6 years, 7 years of my childhood, and that was honestly one of the coolest, the best experiences. I definitely hope that I could take Nola. The tickets are definitely something else. Like, it was a blessing to be able to go as many years as we did, and we used to have some of the best seats, and just the whole experience is just so cool to watch them dance, and the music has a live orchestra. Hi Noah, what are you doing, baby? But yeah, honestly, it was just one of the best experiences ever, going to the San Francisco Nutcracker. It was just amazing. Amazing. Another good memory I have is going on a vacation to Hawaii for the first time, to Maui. That was amazing. Talk about a dream vacation. It was just so fun. It was so fun, and we all went as a family of 4, not with my family of 4, but as a kid. We're talking about when I was a kid. So I hope one day I can take my kids to Hawaii. That'd be amazing. D has lunch in the microwave. I try to get him to stop using the microwave. So bad for you. But anywho, so that's what that sound is back there. Oh, and then also another favorite memory that's a very simple one that we used to do all the time was just sit and watch TV. Just my mom, my brother, and I would just sit and watch TV and just laugh at whatever we were watching. We used to watch Chopped all the time on Food Network. Who knows that show? We used to love to watch the Food Network. And yeah, Lifetime movies, throwback. Who used to watch Lifetime movies with their parents or their mom? I used to always watch a lot of Lifetime movies. And yeah, so that was really funny. And the movies would be so corny, so cheesy a lot of the time, especially as I got older. Well, I'm out of cinnamon, so I guess that's as much as we're gonna put on. But honestly, that's perfect. I don't like to overdo it with the cinnamon, otherwise my kids won't eat it. But yeah, who remembers Lifetime movies and how corny they used to be? I swear. Okay, so we're gonna roll this way. Anyway, so yeah, just simple memories are just everything. Like just watching TV. We used to love to watch TV together and just laugh at people. Such a good memory. We still do the same thing now. All of us just get together and watch funny stuff. We still laugh at Lifetime movies, y'all. Like, just the other day we were doing that. Till like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was so funny. Okay. What else? What is the Lord teaching you right now that... what is the Lord teaching you right now? I definitely feel like he's teaching me how to give up control, for sure, because I'm one of those planner kind of people, very type A, and I am just learning to give him full control of my life and let him have full reign, which is definitely something hard for me to do. All you type A people know exactly what I'm talking about right now. It's just very hard to give up control of your life, okay? So that's what I'm really working on, and I feel like the Lord is heavily teaching me right now that, you know, Noelle, things just cannot always go your way, and that's okay. Like, I have this plan for you instead. So definitely think that's what he is teaching me right now, as well as patience. Patience is another thing that I am always working on, and not being so anxious and, like I said, controlling. Try to control my life, and you know, you can't do it. You gotta give it up. Gotta give it up to him. Okay, what is going on here? Like these cinnamon rolls, can't control them. They're doing a little bit of their own thing right now, you know? And I think that's okay. These are gonna look a little weird towards the ends, but the ends always look weird anyway. I get those, like, I call them mini cinnamon rolls for the kids. Okay. Do you have friends that are not believers? Like, I guess meaning believers in Christ? And I do. I'm not probably going to be friends with like an atheist or something. I think that's a little extreme for me. A little too much going on there. But I do have friends that are not believers, and that is not my place to judge. Like, I might still, you know, talk to them, try to get them saved, because of course you want all your loved ones saved, right? So it is kind of hard to have friends that aren't believers and they aren't saved, because you want them to be walking with Christ, of course. But I do have friends that aren't believers, and that's totally fine. I still love them so much. Jesus says to love everybody, so I am not going to judge. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop giving up either. But I mean, you know, I love them regardless. So, do you have expensive small shop taste? Do you guys budget? We loosely budget. My husband will give me a few $100s a month to spend on just whatever I want or whatever the kids need. It just kind of depends. He actually gets frustrated when he sees me buying the kids stuff, and he's like, that money is for you, okay? The kids, if they need something, let me know, but I just want to make sure my kids have everything they need. And I also like to stock up on like gifts ahead of time for birthdays and stuff like that. So I'm like a big ahead planner when it comes to that kind of stuff. So yeah, we don't really budget that much. We have like a little bit of a grocery budget, and obviously our rent and stuff like that is very important to factor in, because those are the very important things. But we're not like heavy budget people, and maybe we should be. Let me know if you guys budget down below. Things are really expensive. Life is hard to pay for right now. So we're kind of on like a no spend. We're not really spending on much these days. But you know, let me know what you guys do. Does it work for you? Are you guys saving money? I would love to know. So my battery died because I was talking for too long. But we're back now. Anyway, so as far as small shop shopping goes, I use this thing called Pay in 4 on PayPal a lot of the time, and well, right now I was late on a few payments, so it's not letting me do it right now, but it'll let you do it in a little bit. I already paid it off, it's totally fine, but I was a little bit late, and when that happens they stop you from doing it. But basically what it is you could pay in 4 payments every 2 weeks. So that's really helpful when you're buying small shop items, because they are really pricey, but it's so worth it to me. You're supporting small businesses, you're shopping small, you're getting way better quality stuff, as well as really cute and aesthetic stuff, and I just love it. And I just love to support small shops, so I will continue to do that. And it gives you little like paydays and stuff like that, so that is helpful if you want to buy small but you don't have a huge budget. That's a good way to do it if you're kind of living paycheck to paycheck and stuff, is to use that PayPal service. I love that. Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of how I shop small if I, you know, don't have the budget that month or whatever, and I still want to get a thing or two. It's very helpful to make payments on it. I'm not a financial advisor at all, so don't like heavily take my advice. It's just something that I do. What's your favorite Starbucks drink? This is hard because it's hard, but it's not hard, because it's like, who doesn't have a favorite Starbucks drink? I don't really go to Starbucks anymore, but when I do, I get the peach green tea. That's it, the peach green tea. I don't get it with sweetener or syrups or anything like that, just the peach green tea. And it has like a subtle, it's just so good. Like the peach juice they use already has sugar in it, and it's just so good. So good. I have like extra cinnamon rolls and don't know what to do with them. If you put too many in one pan, they like explode. So I think I may have a little bit of room over here. But anyway, so I don't really like to support Starbucks because they're not very ethical and yada yada yada. But you know, when I am out and about and I must have something to drink, I really do like this peach green tea, but I'm trying to learn how to make it at home. So I'm getting it for educational purposes, for testing purposes, so that way I can learn how to make it at home, because I don't want to continue to support Starbucks. But that drink is so good. I stopped getting their coffees too, because I recently realized that you guys can see this sign that they have to post on their website, and I think on their in-store fronts, that they have this thing called, what is it, Proposition 65, something 65, right? And basically telling you the way they roast their coffee, the way they warm up their baked goods has this chemical in it that literally can cause cancer and is known for causing cancer. So you know your girl's not here for that. So I had to kind of wipe my hands of Starbucks, especially any of their baked goods or their coffees, because the coffees you buy from them, as well as how they roast their coffee, contains chemicals that and therefore cause cancer. Like, no thank you. No thank you, sis. I'm good. I am good off of that. So I really don't care for Starbucks like that anymore. So we'll sit here and we'll answer a few more questions, and then I have to like cover them up. How did you learn to bake? I learned to bake from my grandparents. My great-grandma and my grandma were excellent bakers, and they're from Sweden. My great-grandma is from Sweden, so they do a lot of Swedish baking, or they did. Right now my grandma is a lot older, so she's currently not doing any baking, unfortunately. And my great-grandma passed some years back, but I learned everything I know really from them. I mean, obviously some new things I learned on my own, but a lot of the basic baking techniques I learned from them, because we used to do so much holiday baking and baking in general. But I would love to get my hands on some of the old Swedish recipes we used to make, because those are just a classic in my family. I'm getting more nasally as the time goes on. How long do you plan on homeschooling for? As long as the Lord lets us and leads us to do it. I don't plan on putting my kids ever in traditional schooling as of now, but you never know what will happen in the future. But we plan on taking it all the way to high school. Are you worried that your kids will ever have like social issues because they're going to be homeschooled? Not at all. We're going to put them in sports, and they will have a lot of like extracurricular things. As well as I'm going to try to find some homeschooling groups as well. So they will be very social, and they're already really social and don't have a lot of interaction with other kids, but they love to go to the park, and they do really well with other kids. So as well as we have like apartment kids as well that live here, so I'm not worried about that at all. How did you learn how to cook everything you share? It looks good. Honestly, YouTube or Pinterest. Super simple. I just do a lot of research and put my hands to work and just try my hands at things. Like I said, trying something new can be intimidating at first, but once you do it, and it might not be perfect the first time, but you just keep trying and keep trying, you'll get the hang of it. Will you ever take out your face piercings? I will. I mean, I'm not going to say ever. I don't think I'm going to be 80 with all these face piercings. I have 2 on my nose, and then my lip right here. I've had them since I was like 18. I've had my nose piercing since I was like 16. And then I think I got my other one at 18 and this one at 18. So I've had them a long time. I'm 26 now. So we'll see where life takes me. But I'm sure I'm probably not going to be 80 still having them. Maybe I'll be a cool grandma. So maybe. What was high school like for you? I don't know. There was a lot of ups and downs, as I think there is for a lot of people in high school. I was like pretty popular. I did have like a decent amount of friends, but that's because I've always been like a really social butterfly. But I mean, and I was on sports teams. I played softball, stuff like that. But there was a lot of ups and downs, and there were times I was bullied, and you know, normal high school-ish. But high school for the most part was good. A lot of good memories. I didn't do well in school though. Like I was very like a rebel, go against the grain, was not here for school, literally show up to school just for social. That was me. I used to ditch class a lot. I was only going to class maybe like twice a week out of the 5 days. Other days I just wouldn't be there, or if my mom would drop me off, I would just leave. I was just a I don't want to say a bad kid, but I was just very rebellious, and I was just like really into the social and just kind of in a lot of trouble. Like it wasn't my parents' fault, honestly. When my dad died and my mom was a single mom dealing with a lot of stuff, and she was still really great, but she had to work, you know, she had to work like hours away, so she really couldn't monitor what I was doing. She had to go work really far, hours away from the house. It would take her to get back like 4 or 5 hours every day and commute, so it wasn't her fault. I was just going through some stuff. So I was wild, to say the least. I was even wild up until like my early adult years. I was pretty wild, and honestly, you guys, marriage saved me. Like I settled way down. Like I wasn't doing any more like criminal activity or like anything like that once I got married. So I really think that getting married at 21 was God's saving grace. I mean, I can't even imagine. I literally still thank the Lord that I didn't get into any long lasting trouble. Like yeah, I have some trauma and stuff that happened, but nothing compared to like anything long lasting. I'm able to kind of leave all that stuff in the past and just keep on chucking with my life, because there could have been a lot of things that happened that had ever long lasting consequences for me, and I'm so grateful that I was able to turn things around and become so much better of a person and a woman. So if you're struggling, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, and don't do anything that's going to get you in very big, long trouble, okay? But God is so good. So I'm just so grateful for that. Sports growing up. Sorry my answers are so long-winded, but I guess I'm feeling really chatty even though I'm not feeling the best. I haven't filmed in a while, so hello. But you guys said you like to be really chatty and stuff, so you like these Q&As. I have like flour everywhere. Oh, did you play sports growing up? I did. I played softball like my whole, I think since I was basically a little baby, all the way up until I was 17. And then I started working at Mac. Oh no, I was 18. And then I chose working over softball because they wanted me to play softball, but I wanted to go get that bag and earn that money. And they were like, no, you should come play for college and blah, blah, blah. Like, I already knew the coaches and stuff, but I was like, no, like, I need to earn some money. So I wanted the money more than I still wanted to play softball, but I did travel teams. It was very competitive. I played for my city, travel, all kinds of things, and it was so much fun. Definitely a huge highlight of my childhood and my teenage years. It was so much fun. I was really good at it too, I must say. My parents were able to pay for like pitching lessons and all of the things, and I was just so grateful for that too. That definitely helped me out with my softball skills, and I was a pitcher. I played basically everywhere around the field, but mainly pitcher, shortstop, third base, mainly in infield, but then I also played outfield as well. So yeah, I played softball. And I hope Nola will do the same. Scrolling down to more questions. Who don't you like to watch on YouTube? Ooh, are you guys trying to get me to be meshy? Like, hold on. Who do I not like to watch on YouTube? Okay, since this is I always like to be raw and real with you guys, so honest opinions here. I'm not trying to start any drama, but I don't like to watch like, are we talking in the mommy community or what? Because if we're just talking in general, I don't like to watch prank videos. I do like to watch the Menace videos. If you guys know Dejion, am I saying it right? Dejion and a few of his little friends. I think they're funny. They're like being menaces to society, going around kind of pranking people. But I don't really like family vlogger pranks or things like that. I don't like to watch, if we're talking about in the mommy community, because I feel like that's what they're talking about. Tara Henderson, Aaron Williams, so many of the yummy mummy vloggers. I don't know, like, just not relatable for me. I used to watch them way back in the day, but then I think a lot of things they have done kind of been a little problematic, and we just live completely different lifestyles, and I'm just not really into watching those channels anymore. Once YouTubers get pretty unrelatable, I don't like to watch them. I don't like to watch the Ace family, the Royalty family, any of those. Really, any family vlogger channels I really don't watch. But I do like to watch a few mommy vloggers versus family vloggers are a little bit different. I think mommy content is really geared towards the moms and not really so much on the kids, and I prefer that. I'm gonna cover these up because I really do need them to proof, and I just am yapping away, but I'll still answer a few more questions. But yeah, I prefer not to watch family vlogger channels. I do like my mommy vlogger channels, but that's because it's more focused on the mom and her journey versus the kids. The kids might pop in and out, but that's just because they live there. But they're not making videos centered around their kid. I'm really not here for that. I think kids should have privacy and they shouldn't be content. We have the AC like busting right now, so my cinnamon rolls are not gonna proof unless I do something about it. I'm gonna put them in the oven, not on of course. I'm not gonna turn the oven on. I'm just gonna put them in there and then boil some hot water and then put that in there, and that will make a really good like proofing chamber. So baker's tip, if you like to bake and your house is cold, breads always need a lot of special things, so let's do that. And now you guys get to watch me clean up. Okay, so do you get bored of being a stay-at-home mom? I do not get bored. I love it. There's so much to keep me busy and so much things to do. I mean, come on, I have 2 toddlers. I'm never bored, ever. And there's YouTube, and there's so much things, so many things you can watch, and I'm never bored. And I'm always learning like a new skill or a new recipe. There's just no time to be bored. And when I do have downtime, I have mom guilt, which is something I struggle with and I'm really trying to get better at, is just purely resting. So I have trouble resting and not doing something and sitting down. So I'm never bored. And when I am not doing anything, I have inner battles with myself and like weird guilt. So I'm working on that. Who is your favorite YouTuber? That's a hard one because I watch a lot of people. Lately, I've been really enjoying this vlogging channel called Sailing the Labagavon or Labagabon. They're an Australian family that sails around the high seas all around the world, and it's so cool to watch because that's a lifestyle I'm living very vicariously through. Like, I will never live on a sailboat and sail the world. Like, that just would not be realistic for us, but I just love that they do it. So lately I've been enjoying that. I love cooking channels. I love my girl Trophy's channel so much. She's a mommy vlogger, and I love her. She's a really good friend of mine. I like Megan Acuna. She's another mommy channel. Milena Ciciotti. Ooh, my girl Delilah from Lepke's Life. She's really cool and she's really nice. Love her. She's in Canada. I used to like Sarah Therese, and I still do, but she's no longer on YouTube. But you should check out all her old videos. Who else? Ash and Ember, I like her. She's really sweet as well. Kylene Rodriguez. I feel like I've answered this question before, but you know, YouTubers, it's kind of always changing for me. But that's just to name a few. Time management as a work from home mom. Honestly, I have troubles with this sometimes too. I make a list, try to check off as many things as possible, but honestly I can only get like 2-3 things done maybe that day, and I just call it quits, and I'm just like, well, whatever, I got this done. And just, it's the small wins, you know. It's time management is hard when you have 2 kids at home, for sure. I just do my best, and I try not to stress over schedules and stuff like that because I just don't think it's really worth the stress, to be honest. So, you know, time management is always something I feel like I can improve on, but honestly, not super worried about it. I just try to get at least 1 or 2 things done a day that I really needed to. Oh, excuse me. That I really needed to, and then I just, you know, call it a win if I was able to get anything done at all. Will you have your own merch ever? I would, but it would have to be organic. It would have to be sustainable, so that's going to be harder to find for sure because a lot of people's merch is not. I would have to have a lot more of a following for me to even feel like it's worth to do something like that, my time and my energy. So you guys would have to really want it, and I would have to have like a lot more of a following. Otherwise, I don't think it's worth the time, energy, and effort and the money. So I will have one if my channel ever gets big, and you know. Are you a canna mom? So that means, do I smoke cannabis or weed or Mary Jane, or what else do they call it? Do they still say dope pack? Am I getting old? Or ganja? Whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. I no longer smoke, but I used to heavily smoke back in the day when Noah was a baby. I used to smoke a lot back then. My older vlogs, when I first started my channel, I was definitely smoking a lot, like on nap times and whatever. That's just the way I was before I even got pregnant. That was just like in my everyday life. But I no longer smoke now. No judgment if you smoke. I know a lot of moms that definitely smoke when their kid goes to bed too, and there's just no judgment there. So I'm going to put this now in the oven, and this will really help proof up my cinnamon rolls so they can rise. But yeah, no, I don't smoke anymore just because I felt like I just wanted to be fully present. Not like cannabis makes you like, oh, like not present. Like, it's not even like that kind of high, but these moments are so precious, and I just wanted to spend all of them and remember all of them very clearly, be fully present, and I just felt like it's what I needed to do as a mom to not smoke anymore. But I know there's a lot of moms that do, and there's no judgment with that at all. I have a lot of friends that do, and it's totally fine. Whatever floats your boat. I just no longer smoke now, unless it's like a very one-off special occasion and the kids are in bed, or we're celebrating something, or we're having like a little party or something. But yeah, for the most part, not anymore. But I used to smoke super heavy. Used to be rolling wood after wood after wood after wood, but no longer. How do you truly slow down and enjoy life even though your living situation isn't ideal? I refuse to miss out on any of these moments, kind of like I was saying previously. Like, these are the good old days that our parents talk about, that a lot of people talk about. I don't want to miss any of these times, because I know these are really good days, and I'm going to miss when my kids are teenagers, putting me through all kinds of stuff. No, I'm just playing, but maybe not. We'll see. I don't know what the future holds, but I know these are the good days, and I don't want to miss out on any of them. So whether my situation is I live in a box or a hotel or a motel, because I've been there too, as being a mom, I've been through a lot of stuff. Anyways, back to the question, how do I enjoy these days even if my life isn't ideal or my living situation isn't ideal? I choose to have joy and not worry about happiness. I feel like happiness is very situational, as opposed to joy is just always being joyful even in the really, really hard times, because you know God is good, you know that He is gonna pull you through. And I don't know, just something about having the Lord in your pocket and with you makes such a big difference, I feel like, in my mood and everything. Like, I just refuse to miss out on any joyful moments or any days that might not be ideal for most people, like living in a tiny small like apartment. Like, to me, that doesn't matter. I'm just happy to be here every day. I wake up and happy to be able to be with my kids and make the best out of it. Like, truly, not even on some like cheesy motivational stuff. Like, I'm just being so honest that like none of this matters to me. Like, small house, big house, as long as I have my family, like none of that stuff matters. Like, truly, I just want to be present and be here and cherish these days, whether I have a whole bunch of stuff or really not much. I just want to make do with what I am blessed to have, because I feel like there's so many blessings we have still. And I would just say, count your blessings. Counting your blessings will truly, whether you're religious or not, it just puts things into perspective, into a different perspective. Do you not really wear makeup anymore? I wear very little makeup. I have like a 10-minute little mommy makeup routine, cover up my mommy bags with some concealer, maybe do a little lip, like a little lip liner, and put some gel or something in my eyebrows. That's about it. And maybe a little bronzer if I'm feeling like I need to not be so pale, but really it's so simple. So I do wear makeup, just not like I used to. I used to do like full out eyeshadow and smoky eyes and cut creases. You guys know I used to work at MAC, so we used to do very intense makeup, but I'm down to little or no makeup on an everyday basis, and I am just rocking what God gave me, honestly. It's just too much effort, and for what? Like, for truly what? As I've gotten older, I really don't like a lot of makeup at all. I just don't think it looks good. That's just me. Have you ever tried cloth diapering? If so, pros and cons. I've answered this before. I know that. I have not tried it yet. Someone actually recently called me a hypocrite in one of my older videos because I don't cloth diaper, and but disposable diapers are not good for the environment, and I totally know that, but I do the best I can. The diapers I buy are plant-based, natural, chemical-free. I use the Hello Bello diapers. And I do plan on cloth diapering in the future. If we do have any more kids, I think it's a really good investment. It's good for the environment, yada yada. But I'll update you guys if that time ever comes. So I would definitely plan on cloth diapering. Do your kids also consume raw milk? If you guys are new here, we do drink raw milk. They do. They have it in their cereal and whatever we're baking, cooking. I try not to cook with it where it's gonna be heated up, because it kills all the good bacterias, natural enzymes. So it's expensive as is, and I don't wanna like kill off all the good stuff that we're buying it for, you get me? But yeah, they do, and it's been totally fine. Again, you wanna make sure wherever you're buying your raw milk from, because it's illegal in a lot of states, that your milk is clean, it's tested and it's a well-known place or farmer that you're getting it from. I get mine from Raw Farms and they're phenomenal. They're in Fresno, California, so they're around here in California, not too far from where I live. And they test it. I believe you can order it online. I think they're gonna have their website back up and running in October. I could be wrong though, but you can order raw milk. I'm not sure how they're gonna ship it or how far or whatever, but honestly I get it from Sprouts right now, and it's the same company. You could check them out on Instagram, Raw Farms, and they are just amazing. They're a little family-owned farm that has really good raw dairy products, and I love them. And they test their products. It's safe. We have had no issues. No one's gotten sick. None of that. Otherwise, I would never expose my family to that. Of course not. But you want to make sure wherever you're getting it from, local farmer or dairy or creamery, you want to just make sure that it is safe. I have to stress that enough. Just please make sure it's from a safe, clean place because it can make you really sick. Do you worry about drinking raw milk? I do not. Again, as long as it comes from a clean place, that is so important. I can't stress that enough. I do not worry. So as long as it's coming from Raw Farms or a farmer that you trust and know, and you can see that their farm is clean and they're taking care of their cows and how they milk and the whole process, then I think that that is enough. That is a lot of questions. This is going to be a very long video to edit. And yeah, so I'm gonna end it here. If you guys have any more questions for me, please leave them down below and I'll do a follow-up video for more questions. I try to do these Q&As every few months or so you guys can get to know me a little bit better and ask me whatever you guys want. I'm an open book. Keep it respectful, but I'm an open book. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. One of my kids got diaper jelly on the floor. You guys know when the diaper gets full or wet, it can explode. That recently just happened, so it's all over my floor and I need to clean it up. It's not all over, but it's slippery. We have towels covering it up so no one breaks their neck, but I need to go clean that up. Real mom life. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one and probably go lay in my bed because I still don't feel that great, and then bake me cinnamon rolls. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you